Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I want to discuss Illuvium. Illuvium is a play-to-earn open-world RPG built as a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization, on the Ethereum blockchain. During gameplay, players can navigate across an open terrain to achieve the following goals. First, use your drone to mine and mint gemstones, crystals, ores, and shards. Second, encounter and capture powerful creatures known as illuvials. Third, battle other gamers in peer-to-peer arenas. Minted gemstones, crystals, and ores can enhance a player's drones, body armor, and weapons. Additionally, players can battle, defeat, and capture illuvials using their newly minted shards. Shards range and capture power, thus powerful illuvials require shards with a higher capture power. Some rare finds can actually alter the properties of your shard, giving them shiny, gold, or holographic appearances. As a side note, capture rates change based on the number of illuvials that have been captured, meaning it becomes more difficult to capture illuvials as the game progresses. Once a player defeats and captures an illuvial, that illuvial remains the player's possession on the blockchain indefinitely. Your illuvials can be used for battle, fusing, bonding, or be sold at the market. Now, illuvials don't evolve or develop over time, so capturing one and letting it collect dust is counterproductive. But there are three ways that you can develop your illuvial. The first is through battle. And there are two battle modes. The first is ranked, the second is leviathan. They are both auto battlers, meaning your illuvial will choose and attack its own opponent. In ranked arenas, players and illuvials are equalized. The goal of the ranked arena is to test individual skill and synergistic strategy. Let me explain. There are 5 base classes and 5 base affinities. The 5 base affinities are earth, fire, air, water, and nature. However, the most powerful ascended forms contain 2 elements. For example, frost affinities are composed of a water affinity and an air affinity. And some illuvials have a strong bond with a singular affinity, such as the Inferno, composed of 2 fire affinities. There are also 5 base classes: the Fighter, the Guardian, the Rogue, the Scion, and the Empath. Again, the most powerful ascended forms contain 2 classes. For instance, the Slayer class is composed of a Fighter and a Rogue class. Further again, some illuvials have a strong bond with a singular class, such as the Invoker, which is composed of 2 Scion classes. Each illuvial can be categorized into at least 1 class and at least 1 affinity. Synergy is optimized by finding the appropriate combination of affinity and class to defeat your opponent. The Leviathan arena, however, is more of a no-holds-barred type of arena. This is likely where whales will go to flex their collection, and speculators can place bets and wagers on battle outcomes. As you battle your illuvials, they become more powerful. Injured illuvials can return to their shards to regenerate. But if your illuvial needs instant health, the game has various plants, fruits, and vegetation that can nurse your illuvial back to power. The second way to develop your illuvial is by fusing it. Now, fusing it requires 2 things. The first, 3 illuvials of the same level. Now, I've seen videos out there that have mentioned that you need 2 illuvials of the same level, but that is incorrect, guys. You need 3 illuvials of the same level. It also requires that each of these illuvials reaches their maximum threshold level through battle. Be careful with this because it requires that you burn all 3 of your NFTs to mint your upgrade. This is irreversible. And this is also significant because this game has minting periods, and these minting periods end. And no more creatures of that type and that level will be minted ever again. So it's very possible that most, if not all, of your base level illuvials will be burned away in upgrades. Now, if you're not familiar, a burn is essentially when they take an NFT or your non-fungible token and they send it to a burned address, meaning that nobody has the private keys to this address and those illuvials can never be recovered. However, this also means that base layer illuvials could become very rare collector items, like wooden weapons in Breath of the Wild. The third way to develop your illuvial is to bond with your illuvial. Now, this requires that a player bonds with one of their illuvials in order to gain additional benefits in combat. Now, be careful with this because this is basically permanent, and I have no idea what the effects will be on your ability to unbind, fuse, or sell that illuvial later in the open market. As mentioned before, this is an open world game, which means the map is probably fairly large. So the game contains portals called obelisks, which can be used to instantly transport players from region to region. As the game progresses, more portals will open, giving players access to new regions and new illuvials. However, gaining access to these new regions will cost an in-game fee as a travel cost. It's likely that whatever's on the other side will be pretty hard to defeat and thus more valuable. The purpose of this video is to provide an overview of in-game play, not to discuss tokenomics. That deserves its own video. But Illuvium is a PvE, play-to-earn game, and in-game currency is essential to game mechanics. So here are a few things to note before the next video. Number 1. The ILV token is a governance token, nothing more. When staked, it can earn rewards in kind as ILV, or as a synthetic version, the SILV in-game currency. However, ETH is the primary in-game currency. The white paper claims that the SILV token, which is the staking reward, is an in-game currency, but after some digging and some questions, it seems that the SILV token can only be used to replace ETH for transaction fees. Transaction fees only. Everything else requires ETH. Traveling, shard curing, weapons, armor upgrades, and imbues all require ETH. The ILV token is simply a governance token. It does not work in-game. Another important thing to note is that each player will only have one account. With the success of Axie Infinity, a lot of people were expecting an Axie-like gameplay, where you'll have managers and scholarships. This is simply not the case. The reason for this is that what you farm in-game is not liquid, meaning you don't get rewarded tokens that you can dump or give to a manager later on. However, this is a DAO-based game and governance is determined by its token holders, so some of this is likely to change. It's also worth noting that this game is still in development. There are new changes being added every day, and I believe that a lot of this information will change over time. And I look forward to sharing the information that I find with you. Until then, please give me a like and subscribe if you found any useful information in this video. And please keep an eye out for my next video. Until next time, peace.